Hello everyone and welcome to Infonox Market Insights with me, Richard Perry, analysing markets for Infonox on Friday the 12th of November. Now, in the wake of that US inflation significant upside surprise that we saw on Wednesday, the US dollar had a huge run higher. Signs though, after the Veterans Day holiday yesterday for the States, there may be a little bit of a consolidation or even maybe a pullback on that dollar move as bond markets reopen once more. So it'll be interesting to see how these moves develop into the end of the week. Will we see some end of week profit taking would be the question. A little bit of signs of support for those equity markets in the States, which had a bit of a slip back in recent days, but European markets remain strong. Again, it'll be interesting to see if commodity prices, which had a jump higher, again can hold on to those gains. Otherwise, they might see some profit taking. Now, the data points today, we're looking out for the Michigan sentiment for the States. That's expected to increase slightly to 72.4 from 71.7. So that might start to have a bit of volatility later on in the session if there is any surprises around that data. Now, the markets we're looking out for today, we're looking at euro-dollar. There was a significant breakdown on euro-dollar, as I said, on that dollar strength on Wednesday. And there's signs of a little bit of a turnaround, a little bit of a pullback rally maybe. But it'll be interesting to see if that starts to develop resistance once more. Similarly, we are looking out for the run higher on gold. Is that going to start to pull back? And finally, FTSE 100, big sharp breakout to the upside, but is it going to see a little bit of profit taking end of week? Let's have a look. And onto the Infonox MT5 platform, starting off with euro-dollar. We can see that this sharp breakdown on the negative candle that we saw on Wednesday was a decisive move. And I'll put it onto the weekly chart and you can see the impact of that. It really does continue the corrective move that effectively I think we can open downside targets quite significantly. 112 big figure certainly starts to come into play. I mean, there's this big top pattern that we saw over the early months of 2021. And again, that sort of comes back towards the 110, 112 area. So there are downside targets that we can get also from the breakdown of this trading range. You can imply around about 150 pips of downside target, brings 113.50 into play in the next 10 weeks. So what we're looking out for, I think, is a sell into strength now on euro-dollar. And it's interesting to see that we're starting to see a little bit of support now. Not stretched necessarily on the daily chart. On the 4-hour chart, though, it's just started to tick back higher from quite a stretched position around 20 on that 4-hour chart. Big sharp sell-off, and just last few hours we've started to see an unwind. I think any unwind that takes the market back towards resistance area around 15.25, that would be ideal selling area, I think, for euro-dollar at the moment. But just signs of a little bit of a tick higher on euro-dollar as we approach the end of the week. Maybe this is sort of where we start to see a technical rally setting in, but still a seller into strength on euro-dollar. And on gold, we've seen this sharp run higher. I've actually drawn an uptrend. You can see that it is a really significant move higher that has taken the RSI towards 70 and is starting to stall a little bit today as US bond markets reopen, and we've just started to see that rolling back, that uptrend comes in. It's more of a gauge really at the moment. It's sort of down around the 1845 area. This support 1841 will be interesting because if that gets broken, that is a double top. Small double top nonetheless, but it sort of implies around $25 of corrective move if it is broken. But I'm still, again, a buyer into weakness on gold. I think the breakout above 1834 was a really important move. I think an unwind towards that on a near-term basis that then develops support, I think, is a really good medium-term buying opportunity. But just for now, just signs of a possible corrective move just starting to set in on gold, and that would help to unwind and renew upside potential. And finally on FTSE 100, another uptrend I've drawn in here. Not perfect, but I think it's a good gauge. It certainly runs alongside the rising 21-day moving average as a basis of support. But the strong breakout, which hit basically 70, I think is just again indicative of how positive the market has been on FTSE ever since breaking out of this. This is the weekly chart, this consolidation rectangle, which gives us an implied target of around 7,700 on FTSE. And I think buying into weakness as this market pulls back from overbought on RSI. You've got a nice basis of support that starts to come in around about the 73.30 mark, which was a breakout level, back towards the key breakout, which is 72.50 area. I think anything around in that zone which finds support, I think, is a buying opportunity on RSI. Look, around 60 is a really good area where the bulls are really confident to buy, I think, at that point. So that's the area I'm looking out for. But it looks really strong, just a little bit of a near-term pullback, but I think that would be a chance to buy. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it informative for your trading. Join me again on Monday, where we'll be looking at how markets are set up for the new trading week. So with that in mind, I will leave you with the Infonox support and resistance table, and I will speak to you then. Thank you very much.